are you? Mohammed, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear, but
Yes, I can.
this.
Okay, Christy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, now I can.
Mohammed, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so we're still waiting for one more person. We're going to wait a few minutes for them. Hopefully they'll show up. After they show up or they don't show up, then we'll go to introductions. After introductions, we'll go on to the group discussion topics. Let's work on a question while we wait. I'm going to put a question in the text message box. How important is, just a second. Hello.
Hello.
Emma, how are you?
Hello. Fine.
Great. All right, so we have everybody here. So what we're going to do is, now that we have everybody here, we're going to go to introductions first. After introductions, we're going to go to a question, a warm-up question. I'll have in the text message box. You can look at the question, think about it until after introductions. When we're finished with introductions and the warm-up question, we'll go to the group discussion topics. So let's go to introductions. You can follow the structure that's on your screen. If you want to add some additional information about yourself, you can. I will go first. So my name is John, and you can call me John. I'm originally from the United States, but I'm not living there. I've been living in the Philippines for 5 years. As far as what I do for a living, I teach English to foreign learners, and I like to focus on adults. Here on Cambly, I've been helping my students for almost 9 years. In August will be 9 years. Christy, could you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Christy. I'm from Taipei. How long I have learned? I think I almost learned vocabulary for 1 year. Yes, half years. Not very long time. Okay, but my favorite animal is capybaras.
What do you like?
Capybaras.
Is that from Australia?
No. It's from South America.
Oh.
Capybara.
Can you type that in the text message box? All right. Let's move on to Emma. I'm going to search on the Emma. Could you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Emma. I'm from Shanghai, China, and I have been using Cambly for about 8 months, and I want to improve my English because it will help me with my work. And my favorite animal, I think, is a dog.
You're a dog. All right. Christy, I've actually seen these capybaras up close. I was in Peru in the jungle, and where I was staying at, these ran around, walked around wild, and they came up to you and you could feed them.
Oh, really?
Sometimes they would let you touch them too. All right. Emma, welcome. Mohammed, could you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, hi guys. My name is Mohammed. I'm from Egypt. I have been using Cambly for 2 months. I am 23 years old. I'm interested in video editing using a Premiere Pro program, and I work as a freelancer, as a video editor freelancer. Yes.
Okay. Is there any specific software you use when you do video editing?
Yes, like Premiere Pro and After Effects.
Okay, interesting. I was just talking to someone the other day about video editing, and the one that she mentioned was Canva. Do you use Canva?
Yes, Canva is a useful website that I can use.
Okay. All right, everybody. Welcome. Let's go on to that follow-up question I put in the text message box. I'll put it in again, so it's the first thing in the text box. So think about that question. Emma, we'll start with you. How important is keeping up to date with the news to you?
With new to you, how important? I think it's important to my to me because my job is searching the information for the engineering about the tunneling. It's my job. So I need to get the relative information of my major. Yes. If they have some news about tunneling or PDM, I will catch them and make them in my report and send it every Friday, every week, Friday, Friday, every week. Yes.
Every Friday? Every
Yes.
week?
Yes.
Mohammed, how about you? Is it important to keep up to date with the news to you?
For me, I think it's important because I am preparing a news summary in the last of week in my job because I am working in a newsletter. I make a summary of news of in the week as a video.
All right, very good. Christy, how about you? Is it important to you to keep updated on the news?
Oh yes, of course, because my job is finance. Yes, international business finance corporation. I listen to BBC podcast every day. And my company also have received some news in the newspaper for us every day because we have to concern about the rate about the Fed, the United States of the economy issues all around the world. So we have to make the decisions about how to buy the bill or send money to our company. Yeah.
Very good. Let's move on now to the discussion topics about the news. So you can take a look at the list. Each of you pick one topic to talk about. You're going to start the conversation about that topic. I will show the slide for each topic, your topic. So if you pick today's headlines, I will show the slide. You can use the slide to talk about your topic, or you can talk about the topic on your own, however you feel more comfortable. I will be typing messages into the text message box if you haven't seen already. These will be some corrections, definitions, words, better ways to say things. If you ever have any questions about anything I type in, ask me. You can stop me and say, hey, I got a question about something you typed in, and I'll help out. Of course, all of this information will be available to you after class in your history. You can go to your chat history and review it. If you don't understand any of the topics, let me know and I can explain them. I want to get all three topics first before we start the group discussions. So when you have your topic, you can verbally tell me the letter, you can type the letter in the text message box, or you can mark it on your screen like I just did there with your pen.
Okay. I have one question.
Sure.
Can you explain what do you mean about today's headlines? Like what?
Today's headlines is like the breaking news for today. What's happening in the news? What news stories are in the headlines?
In the
The
world?
title of the news.
Excuse me?
It's the title of the news.
Yeah. It would be like headline is the breaking news, the news stories that everybody is seeing. So you might go to a website and the headline news is the war in the Ukraine and Russia. Maybe something happened. Maybe it was something in their own country that happened in the headline.
And how about under the radar?
Under the radar.
Yeah.
Under the radar is news stories that you think are not getting enough attention. Right here. Stories or events that you think are not getting enough attention. They're not under the radar.
I pick up social media and news.
You want social media news, Emma? Thank you. Christy and Mohammed, which topics would you like?
I think today's headlines.
Mohammed wants today's headlines, all right. And Christy, how about you?
I have no idea. Maybe global issues.
Global issues? Okay. All right. Emma, let's start with you. Let's go to your slide. You want to talk about social media and news. Again, you can follow the slide and answer the questions, or you can talk about social media and the news on your own when you're ready. Go ahead.
Okay. Every day, normally I don't spend a special time on news. But when I search the information online, we can't use Google. We just use Baidu website, and the news is appeared in my left side, and the advertisement always seen the social media news. It always have very interesting titles attract your attention. I really pay a lot of time on that. Even I don't want to say something, but when the attracted titles disappeared, you just with no sense to click it and just reading them, and you waste a lot of time on it. And sometimes I read the news when I was while commuting. Yes, because I spend maybe 2 hours on commuting every day, so I can read about the social news. But I don't think it's very important to my life. But I can't. You can speak Chinese, maybe I know. Force myself to search for them. Though I know it wastes too much time on social news. Because some of the news is not from not exactly the date. Just some people social media news always have some stories about this kind of thing. So sometimes it's not the truth, but it gives me attracted story. So sometimes I think it's maybe not true, but I cannot not ask me to say that. Yes.
So the headlines attract you to these news stories, even though they might be fake.
Yes, but some people always give them a attractive title, and it's always appearing in your website on the right hand. You can't delete them, but when you see and sometimes with a video, yes, it's always the video.
I put a word in there. We call that clickbait. Clickbait is a heading or a title, could get any, that attracts people to click on it. So we call that clickbait. So it attracts people so that they click on it.
And from maybe the web page, he know what I'm interested
they know what you are doing, basically,
Yes.
by your search history. So they have algorithms set up to know what information to give you.
Yes, and I'm the person that is easily to be influenced. So when I say those kind of news, I really waste a lot of time on them.
What about Christy? Do you get news from social media?
Oh yes, definitely it is. As a special tools, I sometimes use the social media from maybe Google, but also use for I know everyone knows Douyin, TikTok, Chinese TikTok, and Xiaohongshu, and that definitely one issue have 2 points about that. Yeah, and I think it's very special, and sometimes maybe a little bit confused. I know I am confused which one is true or which one is fake one. Yes, I think one thing is different people look at different sides to explain about it.
What about Mohammed? Do you get news from social media?
For me, I think I would say that the news from social media it's not totally correct because everyone can type and share any of news on social media because I didn't take my information from social media.
So you can say it's untrustworthy.
Yes, untrustworthy. Yes.
You got to be careful with news on social media. Sometimes it's inaccurate, misleading, or could be fake news.
Yes.
All right. Anything else about this topic? All right, let's move on to Mohammed. Mohammed, you wanted to talk about today's headlines. So you can follow the slide and do it that way, or you can talk about maybe something in a breaking news story on your own, however you want to do it. When you're ready, go ahead.
Yes. Let me 1 minute. Okay. Today's headlines in Egypt is the war, is the economic challenges in Egypt because our economy is had started to recover its tourism industry and the economic after COVID-19 and the crisis or the war between Ukraine and Russia. And recently, the Israel and Palestinian war, and that rest, I would say, part tourism part is totally affected from the above, and I have to say there are many reasons of the I would say the problems that face the economy of Egypt. But I think I would say I would say can I type it in Arabic and
Sure, go ahead. If you can't come up with, I can translate it.
okay.
The situation will be better in the future.
Yes, I think the situation will be better in the future. And let me- and this is our headlines in Egypt.
Okay. What about Christy and Emma? How's the economy where you live? The economy, is it good, bad? Is it getting better?
Because we cannot search on the maybe a board website in China. So we use a special kind of or maybe technology to see the what news in the website. But I recently heard that in our some cities, like for example, a company needed to pay back the tax maybe 13 years before. Yes, maybe 13 years before, and needed to pay thousand maybe million dollars for that. Then the company just said that he's bankruptcy and he don't want to pay that tax. I think the economic is not well because the government, when the news appeared, the government said no, we don't say that we need to pay the tax so many years ago. They cleared that, but still some local governments need the company to pay that tax.
Okay. All right. How about you, Christy? How's the economy where you live?
Do you know Jason Huang, Nvidia?
Yeah.
It is a very famous company, and he is American, Asian American, and is he say he will investment for artificial intelligence is very popular in my hometown, and nowadays lots of the companies was invest and develop about the about industries related to artificial intelligence. And now the stock market is very high right now. It's much higher than before.
A lot of it has to do with technology like NVIDIA. Okay.
But I think some of kinds of how to say the industries well in China, like the how to say make the software? No, how to say the chip, the chip card now microchip card companies work well. It's a high salary. Yes, microchips. Yes, because of the American don't commit maybe the business of the business of in the chip. Yes, in China now this is maybe a boom. How to say boom?
It's the business. The microchip business is booming.
Yes, booming. Yes, booming.
Microchip businesses, because there's multiple businesses. Microchip businesses are booming.
Our government supported this kind of production very much. It's put a lot of money in this industry.
Anything else about this topic? Christy, you have the global issue topic. Do you want to talk about any global issues?
Oh, this is a little bit sensitive. I think in Western and Asian countries, lots of young people don't want to get married and have children.
They don't want to get married and have children.
Yes, because the economy for the young people is very depressed, and we have to work for a very, very long time, but we didn't have to still get a higher salary to buy the houses or maybe to feed to have a baby. Yeah, because it's too expensive for us.
Yeah, so a lot of countries are dealing with a low birth rate.
Yeah, no.
So this could be creating a global issue because it's more than just one country. In the United States, I think the birth rate has gone down, but it's not at a level where like it's a major problem, such as in I know in Japan and Korea it's a problem. What about in China and Taiwan? Is it a problem? The low birth rate? It's a problem.
Yeah. The older people is more than younger people.
Well, what about in Egypt? Is the birth rate going down, decreasing?
I'm not certain about it, but I think it go up. Yes, because
It's going up.
yes, going up. Yes, going
Oh
up.
wow.
Because
Opposite.
okay,
Yeah.
yes,
I think in China, in the big cities, the birth rate is lower than before, but in the rural areas, maybe it's higher than before because we open the children babies forbidden. Yes, before we just have one children, but now the government said we can have three. Yeah.
The one child law, and now they abolished the one child policy.
Yes, we can have 3 children in law. Yes, and if we have more, it's going to be punishment. But before, if you have more children, you will be punished, and maybe you will lose your job if you work in the government.
Work for the government, you can lose your job.
Yes, as a teacher, doctor, or education, or maybe have a better job, you will lose your job. But if you are clinician, you also need to pay the money.
So you have to pay like a penalty if you had more than one child.
Yes.
Interesting. Anybody else? Any other comments, questions about global issues?
Or air pollution.
Air pollution. Oh, that's happening all over the world.
Yes, and I think nowadays the weather is much higher and higher. It's too hot right now.
So then you're talking about climate change.
Not sure, but I think it's a serious problem all around the world and everybody's. I think lots of factories was polluted, polluting the air.
Yeah, a lot of factories are polluting the air.
Yes, and more than carbon.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. Yes.
Carbon emissions.
Some people say, well,
carbon emission.
not eating meat will be better. Be a vegetarian. Because lots of animals we are polluted.
So everybody, I put lots of information into the text message box. Review it. I put definitions in there, words in there. I made some corrections also. Review it after class. Keep working on the vocabulary and the phrases, not just single words, because the more we have in another language, the easier it is to talk about different topics. But great job, everybody. Thank you very much for participating.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you much for joining.
Have a fun
You're
day.
welcome. Bye-bye.
See you.